by the end of this talk, I'm planning to cover three major things, like why foundation models are existing right now, how would you actually build something, and how would you probably deploy and go over things like that. So foundation models exist because essentially, particularly in same domain and same modalities, most of the structures, underlying structures of data is pretty much similar. But given the nature of how teams are built, or basically how tasks are actually constructed, you end up learning these representations again and again and again. Basically, you end up learning representations instead of relearning them. Foundation models are never the direct endpoints. You end up kind of using it as a leverage. And the other kind of now, this kind of started picking up a little more now that we have cost for inference, is essentially like you kind of build the foundation model as a teacher, and then you distill down, distill down, distill down. It's easier to work with a distill model, which actually inherited whatever it needs to inherit. Everyone basically thinks that like you kind of start throwing data at a foundational model, and then essentially it will learn something, and we'll start using it. It doesn't work that way. The human intuition is still there. Feature exploration is very much an domain expertise nature, essentially. If there is one slide that you can take from here, this is probably it. I think probably anyone who's working in AI and ML basically by now realize that if you don't actually really understand your data, all this is pointless, essentially. So basically, like I would start with the most important thing, choosing the right labels. You can actually have like labels are often like the hardest and the most toughest part to implement in a particular system, essentially. Basically make sure that every single event, even if the user basically has signs out like 10,000 times in a platform, keep it. That's fine. We'll figure out whether it's required or not later, but don't lose the data point. That's the major point here.